Take two, I suppose. Hopefully this fixes it. Okay, hopefully this fixes it. Let's take two. I guess we'll just call this part two. We're basically still in heated discussions. That's about it. We didn't really miss much. Basically, I guess the only thing I can do is, I guess, just playback for this part, maybe? So if anyone wants to read part of it, honestly, they're basically just complimenting each other, so I guess that's really the only thing I can do. I don't know what's up with Twitch, or why the stream just crashed. Might be PS5, I don't know. Might be PS5 and the game's way of saying it doesn't want to be on Xbox, I don't know. But I know there's probably like only a few lines that were maybe missed. Do I actually have to fight over with a looming sniper? Oh shit! Well, I'm kinda happy I brought fast characters.
I won't betray your trust. Copy. Okay.
I think it's a good thing I brought fast characters for this fight, so we don't have to worry about the sniper fire. I wonder, if I go into sniper mode,
Heads up.
huh?
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
I was kind of hoping when I went into sniper mode or ether vision, we were going to kind of take a shot at the sniper, but I guess not. Rather creepy box. Was fallen silent. She has the same feeling right now, hesitating to whether to open the box or not. Opens the box anyway. Bloodstained, tattered military cap crumbled at the corner of the box. Screaming out death, don't touch what's in the box. Reaches out and picks up the military cap from the box, fingers tracing its shape. I'm okay, Proxy, and my sense of touch isn't deceiving me. This appears to be the outfit of my former teammate, or merely a replica. So this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. Let's keep moving. Carolyn goes silent, yet as she chambers another round, she can sense her hands trembling slightly. With her grip, it grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? The loyalty meets cap. The one Six always wore.
You know, I kind of thought it would be harder dodging her pulls, but I guess not.
He took his own life. There wasn't much difference between all cereals.
Just break through. All exits are now sealed. Hit the core.
Honestly, I'll just be happy this ain't the snipers from Halo. Literally legendary on Halo. Oh my god, with the snipers all over the place. That would literally be horrible.
You didn't want to become it.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Hello? There it goes. Oh, this again. Wait, do we only have 2 mags? I never looked at this before. Let's see. Oh, we get unlimited ammo, boys? I never looked at this before. Huh. I didn't know we had unlimited ammo.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving. I want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
Another box. No, I don't want to know what's in the box. Second box emanates an ominous aura, the unsettling stench to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolute wrenched experience. Karen's breathing heavily. She stands still for several seconds before opening the box. Bloodstained tattered military glove lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whatever placed them there hasn't been tossed them in carelessly. They had been deliberately arranged with a malicious intent. Karen picks up the glove once again, feeling the contours with icy touch. Her lips turn pale. Just as I thought, these are from one of my former squad mates too. Let's keep moving. Following the route should lead us to Grim Vulture's hideout. Picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor and unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them. As expected, such a famous, beautiful commander. Even her gloves are stylish.
You know, I really want to test being shot, but I also don't want to risk it just in case we lose an agent.
Don't you think that's a shame, little sniper?
Okay, sorry, that's kind of bad. Can we, like, move over here?
Ambush, the best defense.
Such beautiful hands that they could no longer hold the sword. Cereal's gnawed off her arm, and part of her leg as well.
Can we, like, move out of the corner so I'm not being put into a box?
She still has the backbone. She stood tall, even in death.
Awaken.
It's just a nice match.
I guess we're just gonna fight in the corner for the rest of this since nobody wants to move.
Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection.
Get to safety. Target locked.
Oh, alright. You wanna fight in a battle of speed? I got you, bro.
How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse?
Yeah, I don't think the sniper fire actually does anything.
I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do. If I go back here,
she might have moved already. I think she moved. I was gonna test it. I just want to see how strong her bullets are if they actually hit us.
Good reaction! Hurry up then. I've got one final surprise invitation for
you. Neutralizing the threat.
I'm sure you figured out the route to get to me. The surprise is at the end of the road.
Oh wait, we're already done. One more box. Still a third box. You grab Charon's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box almost immediately. Third box contains bloodstained corner of clothing, severely damaged piece of engineering equipment. Karen picks them up, her fingers trembling. She doesn't speak neither about the plans of pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about the plans of her companions these items belong to. Till the communicator in our hands rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloody fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Charon's face turns deathly pale as relics.
Enough already! Using her squad mates, her family to mentally torture her? That's vile. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear. Did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just, watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax. The person you're looking for isn't here, and those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
So you're leading me to believe instead of blood, it was just ketchup.
Ooh, a decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
Charon and I both believe her squad is still alive. You can drop the act.
Even though in reality her squad was long past by now.
Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to be in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it. Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? Huh. You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it.
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself. Because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself.
Man, did you really have to go on the emotional damage spectrum to 9,000?
Give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Charon stands there speechless. Grim Vulture's relentless verbal assault has clearly struck home.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who'd enter perilous hollows just to find what they seek. Someone who'd play music to console a dying soul, despite the pain in their eyes, is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
Analysis of surrounding fissures complete. Let's escape into that fissure.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
Somebody got outplayed. No hope of a counterattack. You practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure. Why use this game Gooner Bait or every other time? It's either Gooner Bait or it turns emotional damage spectrum to depression. You escape from the hall and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems traumatized more than you can imagine and stays silent.
Charon, do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Ooh, hot cocoa? Do they do it the right way with milk? Or do they use crappy water?
thanks, but I'm fine.
Also, not really the first thing I'd expect him to offer after coming back out of the hollow.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
Also, these names that they have for, like, bad proxies or, like, bad anyone else, why does this sound like... Like, why is the name they give people like Grim Vulture? This sounds like a dude I'd be arguing in a COD lobby with.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
Day the old capital fell, what happened back then?
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened to you and Liar Squad on the day the old capital fell?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding. Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back. When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious. Eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force. Left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right?
Why does Charon's story remind me a lot of Halo Reach?
The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes. It's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive.
Reminds me of Halo Reach a lot now that I think about it. Only if Noble 6 survived during the whole end.
Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
What do we do, boys? Do we hold our hand?
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Wise and I will never dismiss your determination to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications, because someone close to us is missing too, and we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
Belle is right. Listen, Charon, you're such a kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and blame yourself when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
We'll stick with you to the end. We'll be there to support you.
Yeah. Right now, the best thing you can do is trust us. We can be sure that Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have that lead, there's still hope. We'll support you. No one can dismiss your determination or will. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it together.
Roxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Just then, the phone rings.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
Is that a good... That's not a good idea. You'd be, like, cut down within minutes. Seconds,
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
So we aren't being lured into a hollow.
So, they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
Official commencement of Remembrance Day. Tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Karen spent the night at the video store. Probably slept in Belle's bed. I hear it's super duper soft. You're heading to the outpost with Charon soon. Did you sleep well last night? I suppose we did. I'm glad to hear that after everything we've been through. It's good you're well rested. Charon is already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling. Go take care of her. We gotta take care of our waifus in this game. How else would we ever gather more? As I get stuck on the door, damn it. I'm always getting stuck everywhere. Good morning, Proxy. Did you sleep well last night? Sorry for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. I think I've got my mood back in order. Stare. Seems I can't hide it from you, Proxy. I'm sorry, I think I'm still struggling to process the sadness and unease. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Take your time to unravel your confusion. Yeah, you're right. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hopes we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go, Proxy. Today we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens. So we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside a military stronghold. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to find new clues. You arrive at Scott Outpost with Charon. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. Can we explore this place later? What's wrong? It's nothing. Stare. Alright, I'll say it. It seems like there are some familiar faces here. Wouldn't it be nice to meet them? I don't think I can face them. If I'm not mistaken, they should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. Try reaching out. We'll have to face them sooner or later. I know. I'll be there for you. Then it's a deal. I'll go and talk to them. Proxy, you don't have to say anything. Just stay by my side and give me the courage to speak. Whoa, this is different. Scott Outpost being more open. Or wait, never mind. Not open. It's just taken from a different direction. Interesting. I guess? I don't know. We're here, we'll just start here. Screw it. Are you Alan, Acheron's brother? How did you know? Who are you? Your eye cover, so you're Acheron's sole surviving teammate. I remember you. We met once after the fall of the old capital. After that, I didn't hear anything about you again. I never expected to meet you here. This plushie. It's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it along here as if bringing my sister Shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You don't need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. That was the happiest I had ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparations for the Remembrance Day. Please take your time. Let's see. So there's only 3 people? I thought she had 4 people in her squad. Maybe it might have been 4 total. My son, can you see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Are you Cocytus' mother, Ethel? And you are... I recognize you. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old capital. You're Cocytus' teammate, one of the survivors. I've been waiting to get in touch with you over the past few years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Is your health still? I'm in good health, fortunately. Everything was fine, although I'm the only one left in the family. The pension from the government is enough, and I still have some years in me. I'm sorry, Cocytus. Child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day he suddenly told me that he found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you? Someone who helped my son is such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Miss Ethel, Child, don't worry about me since you're here for Remembrance Day. Take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. Well, at least she's getting a warm and fuzzy in her tum-tum reception. That's all we can ask for. Wait a minute, that eye cover, that blonde hair, could you be my husband, Styx's teammate? Are you Miss Sally, Styx's wife? Yes, my daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. I never expected to see you again from here today. Is this your daughter, Zeta? Who is she? This is your dad's comrade from the Defense Force. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. To protect him, comrade. If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? Why did you let him die and make me unable to come back to me? Damn, child. Calm down. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. I'm sorry. Don't listen to what Zeta is saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you. Please don't say that. Zeta, you can't say such hurtful things. Apologize right now. Why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back safely. Damn, child, calm your tits. Enough. You don't know what happened back then, Miss Sally. I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. I'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I need to explain to her what really happened. I'm really sorry. Please don't let us keep you. Go and explore the Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, would want you to see the hope they left behind. To your surprise, many relatives of deceased Liar Squad members are here for Remembrance Day. Is this really a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you. No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals. Maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry. You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son?
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister. And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
Is Nathan Grim Vulture?
So, it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about? Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the defense force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
They continued touring Remembrance Day. Charon stood in a daze. According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for representatives of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. It looks like the speech is about to begin. I feel a bit concerned, Proxy. Could we go over there and listen to the speech for a moment?
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is
she here to speak for the soldiers? That seems fitting. She's cut medals after all. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron anywhere. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers. My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths, so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare.
This is going to be a twist of fate since the music picked up, isn't it?
No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. and yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back.
What do you think, Proxy?
Is she not Grim Vulture?
Something was definitely off about her just now. And the things she said, I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground, like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Just as she finishes her sentence, the phone rings. Shepard appears on the screen, answering the video call.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via knock-knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
What do you plan on doing?
Charon, what's your plan? With everything that's happened, no matter what you choose, I'll stay by your side till the very end.
I don't mean to go Neo from the Matrix here, but we know what we have to do. Charon doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it as if she's trying to decide. Come on, I don't mean to be Neo from the Matrix, but you know what you have to do.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
You leave the Remembrance Day event with Charon and return to the video store. Thank you for accompanying me for this. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Do you have any strategy in mind? To be honest, there's a fully viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us while we have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. What does that mean? We'd be easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser, but I believe that there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we can turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. And thus will be an instance she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is a strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be a superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you as my companion to support me. You have to do the same, and trust your back to me as well. I'll protect you, so please provide me with your guidance. Piercing Rain. Okay, why am I remembering the damn meme I saw of Eos being strangled by her thighs? Why? That's funny. Oh, we can do more. Alright.
You want a glass of nitro fuel?
You know, this probably would be a good point to do Obel Squad, but...
Good day. Awaiting further...
my Soldier 11's like level 1.
Officer 1 ready for combat.
Low-key, we could also just do double ambi. That'd be funny as hell.
This is the path I follow. You want a glass?
I'll protect. Relax.
That'd be
You're in
funny.
good hands.
We could do double ambi as like a cover-up for Obel Squad. That'd be funny. Oh... Cause I know in the game's canon, technically Obel, we don't know Ambi till much later in the game's canon for this, so it quite wouldn't work out, but it'd be funny.
Charon, look! Another communicator.
Oh my god, not with the communicators, bruv. I've almost had it with communicators.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
You know, my friend Zero from Borderlands 2 would agree. That's why his face just says emojis.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
I thought so. I was right when she was on the podium.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me, the fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just... you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. While I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Damn, wouldn't all that noise attract ethereals, though?
You really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with new Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
Aw, that was so close. They could have had her say you have failed your city. That'd have been fire as a quick callback. That'd have been amazing.
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
Says the one who's been talking our ear off.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know.
Casually and stuff on every wall.
Impure, and many others.
Oh, so it does damage us just a little bit.
Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous?
Where are you shooting? I'm over here.
Such an absurd way, like a kindergarten election for class monitor.
Is it not? Okay.
Jesse
It's
and
being
Aaron,
sensitive.
do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care
okay.
about them? Or should I say...
I'm pretty sure that's the boss fight. I'll kind of let it
looks
finish
like I
its
haven't made
dialogue.
enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them.
Some people could let me worry less.
Okay, is that it for dialogue?
Why
Okay.
not leave their face?
I kind of didn't want to skip it off if it was going to do anything.
Normally that's more suspenseful, right?
Yeah, that was easy.
In any case...
So that does count as a dodge. Let's go.
The underworld retreating site spilling out.
Okay, we'll do this, targeting everyone.
I'll pierce right.
Wouldn't it be more exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer?
Alright, this little minion over there is getting on my nerves.
Those two morons are so stupid. Oh, it's hilarious. I pretended to fit in a little, and they treated me as one of their own.
Only thing I'm getting is PTSD from the
The wind and
sniper
rain
every
are
time you do
picking
Halo
up.
on Legendary.
Extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave. No one will hear your screams and cries.
Whoa, I'm on the ground. I can't see.
Countering. Holding position.
How high up is she? Can we see her? Final boss area? Max level threat detected.
Such determination deserves praise. Now, time for the final showdown, Hickory.
Final showdown? We're not even gonna fight her?
Blade.
We're just gonna fight an ethereal in her place? That's kinda sad.
I'll pierce right through.
Really foolish. The only way to put it. What sniper would ever confront their enemy head on?
Reach its mark. Vanish. Fire support
I
ready.
prepared a little gift for you.
Oh, I seen her on the bridge.
This is your requiem.
I made it. Sure as ethereal way of dusting and corrupting a high-ranking officer.
Not gonna lie, I thought we were just gonna fight her as a sniper and she'll just have
It
like
wasn't
exceptional
easy luring it
skills.
here. You can play with it for a while.
Weakling.
As for me,
Ow. Okay,
I'll
so
watch
that
you
does
from
hurt.
above. Then I'll put a bullet right through your heart.
Ow! So her little bullets do hurt.
All
They're
exits
not really
are now
effective
clear.
though.
Don't hesitate. Swift and decisive. Purging slash. It's over. Nothing slips through my defenses. Precision strike, initiate. Sniper's Creed. One shot, one kill.
Damn, that wasn't one shot. Oh
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes. Charon? No! Wake up! Charon! What's this?
Damn, that was badass. The hollow fell silent once more, leaving the countless biting raindrops.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica, and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal. I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me, I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the Hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the Hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements. Sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to 0, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. You're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Charon doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet-marked harmonica and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. The melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moment.
It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
The melody of Homecoming plays as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades among the restless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the Hollow, anonymously report things to PubSec, and update Shepard on the situation. Back in Port Elpis, Proxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepard, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Why do you seem? Is something bothering you? You notice even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought, when the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waited for her sight to clear, and then resumed sniping. If she had done that, I would have had no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take on an action that impeccably admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. Doesn't this just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal. As she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I had truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation, I believe that was her intention. Her feelings must have been complicated. I don't care about the perpetrator's intentions. proxy, you told me that Grim Vulture has once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another Grim Vulture's victim. I suppose that's the best news we could wish for. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate and it may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. Let's go. I know the majority of the time I've been silent, but this was... Hey, it's Inky. Oh, it's doing the trash can. Alright, we're gonna do nothing. I wanted to talk to Inky. Or the black cat, I guess. I know it was like less talking, but the dialogue and everything else in the story was getting really good and enticing. And that Shepherd? No, just look alike.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
Nathaniel.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get, not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Wait, with us? I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back. Charon looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand, feeling the warmth and strength in her palm. She presses the play button.
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1... Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that's Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. I mean, Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our liar squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
And not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something. Because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe. It's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Yes. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes. Crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything. Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
It's no trouble at all. To be honest, Belle and I have been a bit lost lately because of some personal matters. But meeting you has felt somehow comforting. Don't you think, Belle?
Oh, wise you wrist lord you. We learned a lot from you too. Our wills are aligned.
Exactly. We got something out of the experiences we shared. At the very least, it's brought us clarity. I guess our wills have always been aligned, haven't they?
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my code name. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's code name. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my code name, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her code name because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true code name is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
At the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal? Are you going to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we probably shouldn't learn your true codename, or lean on each other too much.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No, we might walk different paths. Those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet, that feeling, we're nowhere near strong enough to protect you, and we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename. I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll meet again, Charon.
You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk farther and farther away.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Forces Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Ah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back.
Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base.
Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
Things have come to an end. Belle, do you think we'll ever see Charon again? For sure. I hope so too. We must grow, get stronger, and gain greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her, then we must hear her real codename. Exactly. However, after hearing the connection between Charon and Grim Vulture, I can't help but feel a bit sad. Two people with the same fate ended up walking completely different paths, becoming enemies. Belle, if we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, but now walk completely different paths with opposite goals, forced to be enemies, what would you choose to do? Mutual understanding, defeat them both in combat, and ideology. That really sounds like something you'd say, Belle. If that time ever comes, let's seek mutual understanding from the other parties together. Phaethon should face everything together, right? After everything that's happened, I'm a bit tired. You feel the same, right? We'll get more and more commissions from Shepard from now on. How about we take a short break while we can? Last glance and first hello. Agent story completed. So, does this... Oh, okay. So instead of splitting it up into 3 whole parts, it just does one whole giant one. So instead of part 1, part 2, and part 3, it just combines it all together like that. Okay. Honestly, that was a really very good agent story. And, what, pre-season 1? See if I can remember where it's at. Oh wait, wrong one. Here we go, journey. So that goes all the way back to before the prologue. That is pre-prologue in the story, before we found everyone else, then. I'm kind of making everything lag here by going through this so fast. Because we already have Season 1 epilogue done. And then we have prologue before anything else. Huh. I guess we'll just pick this up. 100 poly, huh? Let's see, collectively we've been live for a little bit. I know I have a lot of other stuff to do. There's like so many trust events everywhere and whatever else. I was gonna do some events, but I guess we'll just have Anby send us off. Because I gotta watch a pay-per-view in a few hours. Honestly, so I gotta catch up on AEW Dynasty pay-per-view if anyone watches wrestling out there. But honestly, that was a very good story quest. I'm excited to pull for Trigger. I don't really have her yet. And then I wonder what they're gonna do as like quote-unquote maybe the start of Season 2 in this game, maybe? With the game? Because you'd have to imagine we'd have to start Season 2, because we're still like in the... We had the epilogue, and then we just did the pre-prologue. Maybe they could throw something else in there, but... I don't know. I think they'd have to start at Season 2 with everything that happened after the prologue and maybe going towards the Fall of the Old Capital storyline start, but... I don't know, Since the other stream crashed, I gotta change both of these up so that they go well together. So I guess we'll stop there for now. I'll do that, do some other stuff. And hopefully when we come back next time, I think next time it might be with the update for Honkai Star Rail. If not, hopefully I'll have some type of different Let's Play up on the channel while we wait for some other new stories, as this kind of takes over the whole channel, I guess, between different gacha games. So we'll stop there. I gotta do stuff in a few hours, but without further ado, I must bid you adieu. So goodbye and good night, bang, and I will see you later, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.